Hey, what's going on, my epic gamers? How you doing today? My name is KazutoOnline, and welcome back to KazutoOnline Alicization Rising Steel. Alright, so if we actually go through the game, there's some things that are going on. It's very cool, because apparently, if I go down a little bit, we could tell, it's apparently been half a year already. It's already been 6 months since this game first came out, and honestly, time just flies so fast. I mean, with the whole COVID thing going on and being home, like, time just feels like it's going way too fast and I don't know what I'm doing. Anyway, so what are they doing with this whole campaign? 6-month anniversary campaign. We go down here, May 20 will mark the 6-month anniversary since this game first came out, which this game has been very fun. I do like it. I do like the animations in this game. It's really cool. And for SAO 2, it's even better for me. So of course, what they're doing with this, you log in, you get 100 diamond cubes right off the bat. You can see right there, day 1, 100 diamond cubes just for logging in. We keep going down. Day 2, we get a battle ticket, a skip battle ticket, but you just skip battles. Honestly, it just makes things easier to grind, I guess. I don't know, I've never used it. Day 3, XP miracle for each element, which you get 7 of them. Event rewards ×2 for tickets, legendary material, exchange swords, and almighty evolution. Honestly, I wish it was 100 to just let me break someone, but 50 is still considerable. Like, it's half of 100, which is the limit break once, which is, it's great. Of course, they're keeping up with the 3 times a day free scout, so of course it's great. I mean, it's a free scout, so I'll take it. It's just more evolution crystals for me. We got fire element pickup scout, which I guess we'll go over. I don't think I've talked about it, but there's a pickup scout. There's also a new banner coming out tomorrow. I can't wait for that. Is it tomorrow? I'm pretty sure it's tomorrow. But yeah, event campaign, and then there's some whole mystery number 4. Ooh, spoopy. We need the mystery gang to solve this. Yeah, we'll find out what it is. But they also put this cool promotional video for the 6-month anniversary. So here, I got it recorded for you guys. All right, here you go. No need to thank me. I know it's hard work and dedication to get these videos, and by that I mean I just recorded off my phone as soon as it chose. So yeah, I mean, it's adorable. Just look at them all happy. Al's just being all weird and shy. It makes her great. Just look at that innocent smile until you realize she can kick your ass just like that, like a Thanos snap. And it's just them just kind of vibing right there, just smiling at me and staring straight at my soul, which makes me feel very uncomfortable. And then you see that smile and makes you feel a little happy. And then Yu-Gi-Oh's just dead ghost, just staring right at my soul still, like, what is this? And then the count of 3, everything all out of sync. Thanks, Bandai, I appreciate it. Alright, anyway, so I guess this video is just gonna be more of a talking video, just because new things don't come out until either later or tomorrow, I believe. I don't know if there's like a whole like campaign, like an actual event to do this for. I know it's the whole campaign where it's just doing this, but I don't think there's an actual like event to do. I mean, the banner and the ranking event comes out tomorrow, so I'll talk about the banner now, and then we'll go through the ranking event tomorrow, as well as doing my scout for these characters. So yeah, let's do it. All right, we take a good look over here. We got Noble Fighter. We got 2 people. As you can recognize, we got Shada, and if you haven't seen War of Underworld Part 1, you don't know who the other dude is. I do know him, I recognize him, I just never really got to know his name. If we look down, he has his name written out right there. Eastcon? I hope that's his name. So yeah, we got our first Eastcon character. I'm probably butchering it, just let me know how to say it, because honestly, I'm gonna call him Eastcon. He got them abs though, not as great as Eagle's abs, but he got abs though. And then we got Shada, of course, being shy and quiet, but also still hot. So yeah, let's take a look up here. So we got, of course, the Searing Tenacity Eastcon. So start a battle with 10% incarnate and 10 more when you're going against a wind elemental enemy. The very first charge assault skill with a stackable attack buff will be available, which is interesting. As you can see, it's the very first stack buff, which is an attack of 2. So maybe he's great. I got no idea. I realized my game is too big. All right, I hope that's better. So yeah, first stackable attack buff. That's gonna be cool. Mix and match your skills according to the situation and stack up your attack buff to its limit. His incarnate skill, Fist of the Champion, can lower an enemy's physical resistance after an attack, which actually sounds interesting. Like, the attack buff sounds hella interesting to me. So I guess we'll talk about him real quick before we go to Shada. So of course, we got Eastcon here. I mean, he's cool. You'd think he'd be an enemy, and then if you saw the animation, he seems like a pretty cool guy, and he forgot his eyes. Just reminds me of the Yu-Gi-Oh scene. Anyway, let me take a look. 6600 HP, 203. You can tell he's more of an attack user with 2300 attack. and his magic attack is also very low, which I guess doesn't matter. He has very low magic defense, so you know he's not gonna be great against a magic type enemy, just because he's gonna take a big boy damage. That part's not gonna be great, but he has a defense of 1300 and crit damage 1660 and 318 speed, which 318 is not slow at all. That's actually pretty fast, which is surprising. Well, I mean, it's not surprising. Because like he also uses his fists. I don't know how that's gonna work. Like, are we pulling for gloves now, like Counter-Strike? Like, what are we pulling for boxing gloves? And he's just like, bah, bah, bah. I don't know how it's gonna work, but apparently he's gonna start like kitty fighting like that against our enemies and bosses. Like, imagine doing that to a goblin. Like, that'll show him. Maybe he's gonna give the Asian spanking. I don't know, man. Like, if you don't do your homework, you know, you ain't gonna get the grades. So yeah, as you can see, he has a charge, assault, and another assault skill. So his charge, so of course, like it says, it raises an attack buff. So raises own attack by 7%, a maximum of 30% for 2 turns, and a blunt attack strong on a single enemy. That's his charge. Now, I don't know how much an attack buff does on a regular unit. Let's see, someone with an attack buff. I think you have an attack buff for people. So your attack buff, all allies by 20%. So, I mean, so far, the attack buff sounds great. But in the beginning, it's not going to be too great as of now. I don't know if it stacks. So let's say you were to use that Asana. I don't know if it stacks. Like, if we put that plus these attack buffs, would that go to, let's say we used Asana first and then his, would that go to 27%? And then the next turn would be at 30 because the maximum is 30%. I mean, it would be a big increase in his attack, but him by himself won't be as great. So let's say, because it only lasts for 2 turns. Use, let's say, charge once, that's 7%. You do 7 again on the next turn, that's 14%. But then on the next turn, let's say you use him again, that's still going to be 14%. Because the 2 turns is already gone for the first time you did it, and it's just the other 2 turns. So of course, I guess it just means you have to use another attack buff first before using him. So although the buff sounds strong and its stackable sounds strong, if you think of it like that, because I'm not sure how it's gonna work. I'm pretty sure that's how it's gonna work. It doesn't sound great unless you have another attack up character. So it's a little bit of a downfall if you don't have another attack buff. But at the same time, 30% is high. It's higher than any other attack buffs up there so far, but you have to have another attack up unit. So yeah, I mean, his charge brings up an attack buff. His 2 assaults also brings up an attack buff, as you can see. Like, his second skill raises his own attack by 7%, max 30% for 2 turns, and blunt attack extra strong on a single enemy. And the last assault is a blunt attack strong on a single enemy, short wait time after using skill. I mean, I'm not sure what the difference is between using his second skill and third skill. Wouldn't you just want to use the second skill? At the same time, maybe it requires less MP using the third skill, which makes it a little different, but there is also a short time. So I'm honest, I don't know what the deal is. Like, there's no second attack with the second hit. It's just strong. So it's just kind of going all over me. It's not a multi-hit either. It's just on a single enemy. I mean, you know, he's going to be used for the bosses, like a single boss, but not AoE, so you can't use him as like a grindable character. Yeah, his Incarnate Fist of the Champion, Incarnate Blunt attack on a single enemy, while also lowering physical resistance by 10% for a turn. I do like the lowering physical resistance on his Incarnate, because you use his Incarnate first, and then when you're using everyone to attack the enemy, then, you know, he has that lower physical resistance already, so you don't have to worry about doing that on someone else. So yeah, I mean, he sounds strong. It just has a little downside to it, with you have to still buff with someone with him if you want to use that full potential of maximum 30%. So yeah, I mean, that's just my thoughts on him so far. So we go up to Shada. We could see battles end. Shada starts the battle 10% Incarnate and 10% more with a wind element to enemy. She has a healing skill that can raise a fire elemental character's physical resistance, and an extra strong assault skill that can attack an enemy and increase the amount of Incarnate when an enemy is inflicted with continuous damage. Okay, so she's similar to who had that? I don't remember if it was Administrator that had that, or I think it was the Valentine's Ronier, I want to say, where if they had continuous damage or whatnot, their Incarnate, as they use their assault skill, actually goes up a little more, which is actually pretty helpful in some situations, especially when your charge is very close, or your Incarnate is very close to getting that 100%, and you just, instead of using another charge to bring it up, use your assault skill, which is pretty nice because you deal more damage like that. So, and her Incarnate skill, Lightning Chain Tiger Lily, can attack an enemy and deal fire continuous damage. So, I mean, if you're using her Incarnate, use that first, and then you use her assault skill, which could deal a little bit more damage or something. Let's just read down here. All right, so she has a heal, assault, and enhanced skill. We take a good look over here. You can see she has almost 6,200 max attack, 1120 defense, 1160 magic defense. She is very like in between, like she's very balanced, almost balanced with her attack and magic attack. It's just like a little less than 200 off, which isn't too bad, I guess. But yeah, she's more of an attack user, as you can tell. She has a speed of 319. That's also really fast. Very close to Adis and all, because I think they had 320, 319, and 318 with him. So, I mean, that's not too bad. I mean, that's actually really good. So, let's take a look down here. So, of course, her healing skill recovers HP weak on all allies while raising fire elemental party resistance by 15%. So, it doesn't do an attack. A little bit of an oof, but at least it heals everyone and gives you a little physical resistance so you don't take as much damage. Her assault skill, thrust attack extra strong on a single enemy, increasing incarnate charge when enemies are inflicted with continuous damage. Which I guess if you have another character that has continuous damage, then you could use that full potential of that increasing incarnate charge when you use her assault skill. So not too bad, not too bad. Of course, you know, extra strong, which is great. And her enhanced skill, this one I love. Raises incarnate charge of a single ally by 2.25% for 1 turn, and raising critical damage by 10% for 2 turns. Now I like that because raising your charge, so if you don't know, charge units are the ones that you yell at your players so they have a better charge, or like they're better incarnate raise, you know, that type of damage. Like Eastcon, for example, like his charge, like it'll raise it. So instead of being that 20%, it's gonna increase by what, 2.25? Yeah, I love those. Even like Leafa, OG Leafa, if you want a better example so you actually know who I'm talking about, she has that charge skill. Let's see, I know someone else, she has the skill. I know another one has it. Wow, I have so many units. I believe she also has the skill. And if you've seen my videos and you've seen like every ranking, and like even when I go through like floor clearings or area clearing events when I'm trying to go against the boss, I always have someone with a raise incarnate charge, because it's so important to use your incarnate when you're trying to either gain as much points as possible in ranking events, or you're just trying to kill the boss as quickly as possible. The charge is so good. So of course, right now, Shada just sounds like I kind of really need her. I do like that a lot. But not only that, she also raises critical damage, which is the same as like Stacia. No, I think Staciasana, Soul Xenon, Terraria Leaf I have right there. I mean, Earthwise for the Terraria, Xenon, and Staciasana. They have the crit raise up, which I love a lot. And the fact how it kind of goes with the incarnate charge is pretty nice. But you probably use that more on someone with a better charge skill. I'm not sure how that'll go for. I mean, it lasts for 2 turns, so on the next turn, if you can use an incarnate, then you can use it. But you know, at least your charge will be a little better if you hit that crit. All right, now what I pull on this banner? First things first, is the first step free? First step is free. Thank you, game. This game is hella free to play friendly compared to SAOMD. I'm sorry, SAOMD. As much as I love you, this game is way more free to play friendly. Step 1 being free, and if you just want to do step 1 and then save your diamonds if you want to do step 5 for a character you really want, and it's not even a guarantee of the banner character, but at least it's a 4-star guarantee. It's so nice. Look up. I saved 900 diamonds. I have not spent a dime in this game in a long while. Oh, that was weird. But that's mostly because I haven't been working, just because of the whole COVID thing going on right now, and I want to stay safe. So I just decided I'm not gonna spend. So of course, do step 1. Always do step 1. You might as well do step 1. It's free. But would I go to step 5? That's probably the question that I should be answering. So, I mean, at this point, if you do step 1, which is free, I don't see a point. I mean, there's like a slight point in wanting to do raid ups, because I'm sure they'll have raid ups. As you can see right here, it says every new character pickup scout. It's under my face cam. Every new character pickup scout is also scheduled to take place during the scout. So there are raid ups in this game. See, the only problem I have with raid ups is like, if you do a raid up, right, you're going through all 5 steps. But compared to doing all 5 steps with the original banner, you're wasting 125 diamonds more. So like in my mind, because I do like this banner, I wouldn't mind either one. If I were to do step 5, right? Let's just say I was going to do step 5. I'd rather do it on the original banner just because I save 125 more diamonds compared to if I wait for the rate ups. Step 1 is 125, and although it's a higher chance of getting a specific character I mostly want, so let's say I wanted Shada just because waifu, then of course if I waited for her rate up, I'm spending 125 more, which I don't really like. I mean, what you can also do is do step 1, wait for the rate ups, and then just do step 1 on like his rate up and her rate up and hope to get one of them. And in total of that, of just doing step 1 of each of those rate ups, you're wasting what, 250 diamonds? If you were to go to step 5 though, I would just do step 5 on the original banner instead of waiting for the rate ups if you really want a character. That's just my opinion though. Like, I'd rather save 125 than waste like 250. I'd rather just save the 125 diamonds and just debate if I was gonna go all the way to a step 5 instead of just, okay, I'm just gonna do one step on each banner, because like there's no guarantee it's not a higher rates. The higher rates are if you keep going, and it's only mostly on step 5. So that's just me though. I personally would rather just think if I'd rather go to step 5. I don't want to waste 250. But yeah, I guess I'll give my thoughts if I do like these characters a lot or not. Like I was saying with EastCon, it's the only problem. I guess it's not really a problem, because either way, like let's say you're doing a ranking event, right? I put attack up just so I have a little bit more damage. And of course with his charge skill, he puts himself up after you use like an attack up character to him. It's gonna go up to like 27% right off the bat right there. I mean, just using that level 100 Austin as an example. I think it's a lower rate if you wasn't level 100, but I'm just gonna use her as an example. That's like really the only problem. I mean, it's pretty nice that he's always giving himself an attack buff. So even if you don't give yourself an attack buff, at least if you use him twice, that's a 14% attack up, which is still like strong. And if you look at his attack, it's already 2300, which is decently pretty high. I mean, there's some characters that have 2400, which I think was like the highest. I'm not sure. I don't remember Xenon's. 2300 is actually really high, and if you always have a continuous 14% attack, that's pretty strong. I think that's pretty strong, especially with his second skill being an extra strong attack. You're just dealing some massive damage right there, and if you did have an attack up character, he's gonna be even more stronger than how he originally is. So first things first, do I like EastCon? Personally, the only downside to him is how low that magic defense is, because if a boss were to use magic attack, we be fucked. He has hella low magic defense, but I guess it just it tries to balance him out. He's a strong character, but also just weak against magic type enemies. Not necessarily against physical attack enemies, but mostly just the magic type enemies. Up to you to decide, but I personally really do like EastCon. If I look at Shada, I mean, either way, they're both fast too. Like, none of them are slow. So far, this banner seems like, yes, I would actually maybe go for a step 5 to go for one of them, but it's like if I really like both of them. So do I like Shada too? Well, let's see. Her attack is 2200, her magic attack is almost 2100. It's kind of balanced. Her defense and magic defense are also pretty balanced. She has more of a magic defense, so I just realized that. Pretty down there, but still not bad. 578. She has a heal, which is pretty nice, and also raising fire elemental resistance or physical resistance, pretty nice. She has an extra strong attack, which also brings up Incarnate Charge, but that's only if they have continuous damage, which also sounds like already a strong character to have. If you already putting up like an attack up character in your team, like let's just keep using that Austin. She has the attack up. I've been using her this whole time. So if you had both of them, EastCon and Shada, then that attack up, you'd be putting on her too, and she has that extra strong attack. That's great. And another thing that makes her a bigger plus too is that crit yell and that charge. I love it. I always use the incarnate charges, the raising incarnate charges, always use them. And I think fire-wise, she might be the only one that has this. That's great, and she brings up crit at the same time. I personally feel like this is a good banner to pull. Well, hold on. Before I could actually say that, let me think of like very different situations like that we've been given in this game. Of course, the obvious one, ranking events. Let's talk about the current ranking event. So it's very situational, just because for EastCon, it just depends on if the enemy is going to do a magic attack. But either way, you can always have him in like your sub slots, you know, your supports. You can have him there so he doesn't take too much damage. You're only worried about that if they're doing magic hits. Besides that, he is a strong, hard-hitting unit. He is a boss-hitting unit as well, mostly just because his extra strong attack is on a single enemy. So although he's not an AoE type unit, he's mostly used on bosses. and we get a lot of bosses nowadays. So in ranking events, he can deal that big boy damage if you have to fight against an enemy that has physical attack. That way you don't have to worry about your defense being too low. I mean, you could still use him if it's like a magic hitting unit or enemy. He just might die more easily, so you want to be very careful about that. But besides that, he is a strong unit. He's always going to have that attack up. So you have his already pretty high attack with 2300 plus an additional, I'm just going to say 14 if you always keep using him. And if you give him a yell, you know, you just yell at him to have a better charge, then bam. I mean, with level 100, then bam, already at that 30% attack up, which is the highest attack up we've had, if I recall, maybe. I really do like Iskan, especially because he's fast too, so he's not going to be down there being last. He's going to be pretty up there in the front. The front line's like a man. And I think he likes being a man. Shada, very balanced out with like not only her attack, but her defense too. So in floor clearings and all area clearing events, she can actually be usable. Of course, no AoE as well with her. She's just a single hitting unit. She's also going to be used when you're going against, you know, bosses as well. So I wouldn't put each of these characters out when you're going against like an AoE, unless you don't have that many units. Then, you know, you could bring them out. They're just gonna kill things one by one. Still not bad. Shada also heals. So if she could also be like a solo unit, if you want. Let's say you're doing an area clearing event, you could use her by herself. Although it's not like an attack and heal at the same time to be more safe, at least she can heal herself. The only problem I guess I could see with that is that she's also just a single hitting unit. So it's not going to be too safe to have her by herself during area clearing events. But she is going to be very good when you're going against a ranking event boss or a regular event. Like for example, the Broccoli and the Finaccio. Yeah, like that. Let's say we've had more type of events like that. But this time, it's if we need to use fire units. I see these characters being hella helpful for rankings and that type of situation, different events. AoE though, they're terrible. They don't even have an AoE. If anything, they're being put at a risk. You might as well have other units to do that for you. Ordinal battles, they could be okay. I mean, he has a charge, which is great, and she also has a yell. So let's say there's an advantage to use fire if you're using fire units. Then Iskan would be very helpful to use just because he has that charge. Bring up that charge real quick and then use an incarnate, hit everyone, bam, dead. Except their incarnates aren't AoE as well. Single enemy, yeah, they're only single enemies, so they're mostly used for bosses. I think this banner is actually great. I might actually try to go for one of them, maybe both of them, I don't know. So I might actually go for them. I blabbered on too much, I apologize. We'll have a better video tomorrow. That's just my thought. Let me know what you guys think about these units. I personally like them a lot. But yeah, anyways, thank you all for watching this video of KazutoOnline Alicization Rising Steel. There'll be gameplay tomorrow, I promise, once there's actually events to do. So yeah, look out for that. But if you guys did enjoy, don't forget to leave a like to let me know you guys enjoy and want to see some more. If you have a new channel, don't forget to turn on notifications so you guys miss a video from this channel, as well as joining my Discord. Very bottom of the description, you can click on that link and be sent right to the Discord. While you're at that, why not also follow me on other socials? All links down in the description below. Is there anything here? No, there isn't. But you know what we could do? We can get this Yu-Gi-Oh! I don't know what his incarnate is. Why do I do these at the end of the videos? I don't know. Maybe I should have done this tomorrow when things come out. It's okay. Screw it, dude. We're already this far in. This is like the only time we'll be happy. I'm pretty sure tomorrow is going to be very saddening where I waste all my diamonds. But I think the roulette's coming back. I think if I saw correctly on the live stream or someone mentioned in my Discord, you should join my Discord by the way. So I think someone said like the roulette was coming back. This is the only time I'll see this. I'm not gonna see this tomorrow. That's a damn fact. Which makes me very sad to think about. What's this incarnate? I never knew what it looked like. Well, this is the first lolly Yu-Gi-Oh! Bro, break it! Why are you having trouble breaking a board? Yeah, he swung that axe like how my mom swung the belt. He looks so happy just killing that board. He's a masochist. God damn! Little adventure Yu-Gi-Oh! Everyone is going to eat, which, Jesus Christ! After he just swung menacingly on that board, he's just, you know, happily eating an apple, just like everyone's going to eat. Would you like to? I don't know, man. After what I just witnessed, that's I don't know, man. Just saying, he's just a child. It's subscribe to my channel, and yeah, you can also join my Discord. Bottom description. You can click on the link to be sent right to Discord, and I'll follow all my other socials. Also, all links down in the description below, as well as the awesome Kaz merch if you want as well. But anyways, oh yeah, the 100 diamonds, I haven't gotten it yet. I totally forgot about that. Bam. I could probably go to step 5 now. Thank you all for watching. My name is Kaz. I hope you have a fantastic day, and if it's 250 each, that should be 1,000. I have enough. See you guys all again next time. Goodbye.